Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's Hearthstone Ranked time. Alright, we're going to keep trying to push our way down the ranks. I haven't run into a whole lot of, what feel like pro opponents yet. I mean, I did get stomped that one game, and maybe that was like a pro player, or maybe not. There was nothing that jumped out at me as showing it was a pro player. Those things aren't necessarily that obvious. They do tend to have a couple of legendaries in every deck, but I mean, it's not like their deck's going to be all legendaries, because the legendaries they're sort of balanced, so they tend to be more expensive. They tend to be a little bit better for the cost, but they're usually very expensive, so you don't actually want too many of them. The cheap legends tend to have really weird drawbacks and either be very situational or risky. What do I want to keep here? Against a priest, I don't need the Acidues. And I'm going to chuck the Eviscerate as well, and the Geomancer. I just want to get a backstab, basically. Okay, interesting. I have a coin and a backstab because I'm going second.
Is someone injured?
That's not my preference right there. That's going to cause me problems. So that's horrible, because now she can kill the 2-1 and then draw a card. But it does take my opponent's whole turn to do that. I think it's actually worth it anyway. No. I'm stupid. I'm losing my ability to do the Super Bandit play there, but if I Geomancer and then backstab, then she dies. I think that's better. I could be way wrong, though. That coin and the backstab for that, I'm losing a lot in the deal. It only cost my opponent one card. Although he can kill that, so that's not so bad.
Here we go.
But it does mean I'm not getting good value out of these guys anymore, which was sort of the point of my start normally, but Northstar Cleric is so monstrously bad. Again, I would get the 2-2, and then she would kill the 2-1, heal it, draw a card, and still have the 1-3 creature out there, and I'd still have to deal with it somehow, spend something else, so... that is a pretty big Novice Engineer. Strange. Not too much I can do about it.
I wonder.
I'm going to save that use of the dagger, because as much as I don't like casting poison on a used dagger, probably just shouldn't have used it before. I want to have this option on the table, and if I have this out here, I could poison and then SI7. Another Power Word Shield. Awesome. So we started with a Northstar Cleric and 2 Power Word Shields in the first couple of turns. That is just unpleasant. Well, I guess I'm going to play Knife Juggler and Ringleaders.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat.
Oh, nice. Good luck there on the thing. I didn't even think of that killing anything. I assumed it wouldn't. Because if it targeted 2 of them on either one of them, it would have been fine. That is unpleasant. Not much I could do about it, though. If I'd drawn a backstab there, I could have backstabbed her with the spell damage and then stabbed her and killed her, which would have probably improved my position a lot more. Okay. I got him to use that on a one-use non-poison dagger. That's okay. Leaving my stuff alive is worrisome. There's a deadly poison. Well, I could shiv this and then attack that,
So many
and then play a Defias Ringleader. I'd be killing all his stuff and setting myself up perfectly for another Holy Nova. But I mean, that's if he has his other Holy Nova, and even then, it's probably worth it. I gotta force him to use it sometime. Stop saying that. Seriously. I don't care if you think you're being polite, you're actually just being pointlessly irritating.
Yeah, beat.
We're not going to use the dagger this time, because we know we're going to be poisoning it after the Holy Nova. Holy Nova. It does take his whole turn. It's killing 2 cards, one of which drew me a card. No, okay, no Holy Nova yet. Although he's back to full life. Awesome. Backstab is good. Do I want to backstab and SI7 him? Seems kind of excessive, but I have 7 mana, so I can perfectly do that and then Defender Vargas. Actually, the backstab already kind of does the job, because I could just stab this guy. And I was going to do the poison anyway. I'm going to hold off on the poison, I guess. Because I really want a Defender Vargas.
Here we go.
I don't want to boost the dragon there, the Drake, because then it would go up to 4 attack and be vulnerable to Shadow Word Death, which has so far been useless against me. Already attacked? Yeah, okay. Make a new dagger, and I'll poison it later, because it's only 1 mana, and it can trigger off my combo stuff. So, expecting another Holy Nova soonish, although he's only gone through half his deck, he might not have it. Light Spawn, okay.
We must cleanse.
Do you have a way to give it taunt? Not with 1 mana, you don't.
Injured?
That kind of has taunt. Just gotta die. Let's see. I've got enough mana to do this and SI7. And I guess I just kill her with something else. Yeah, that works. I'm going to have all my creatures on the board, which I was trying to avoid, but under the circumstances, it seems like the thing to do. Yay! I had that covered. Win streak. Now I'm a Murloc. Awesome. Was that 1 or 2 games? I don't know. If that was 2 games already, then bonus game. I'm assuming that one went fairly fast since my opponent surrendered long before actually dying. I had an extremely superior board position, but it still probably would have taken at least 2 more turns. Of course, that's my fuzzy recollection, since there's no... Brain doesn't spend a lot of time storing the board position. That stuff just goes in RAM and gets cleared out. Okay, I'm going first. I don't want any of this stuff in my starting hand. There are now about 5 cards I really don't want to get. Yeah, okay. Those were not on my really don't want to get list. I mean, the Deadly Poison is not an ideal starting card, but it is pretty strong. And it is usable in the early-ish game. It's just not as early game as I would like. Okay, no first turn action from my opponent. I can live with that. Play this guy, he's just going to get backstabbed. I can play a dagger, and then I can, on the future turn, deadly poison it and do something.
So many options.
I can always make a dagger and deadly poison it next turn, though, whereas... Yeah, okay, I gotta play the Night Juggler first. It's probably just gonna get killed, but whatever I do first is gonna get killed. I don't have any other 2-cost creatures to throw to the wolves. But I can't play this in attack on my next turn, so there is an advantage to doing it now rather than the dagger. Yeah, damn it. That is really bad. Sort of predictable, still really bad. Oh, okay. It was not a prelude to a Defias Ringleader. Band leader, or whatever they are. Well, there's my backstab. Not particularly useful here. Okay, standard, we're going to use the dagger once, because I don't want it to get acid oozed without using any charges, but we're going to now save the other use, just in case. In case I draw a pirate, or in case I need to kill somebody. Okay, so you're stabbing me, making a new dagger, and poisoning it? Methinks? Not even poisoning it. Okay. This is a really stupid game between two rogues, where no one's doing anything. And the trend will continue to some degree. I mean, I could play the SI7 agent. If I don't play a card first, it's kind of lame, though. It could kill a creature. I don't know. I've got a backstab. Like, I should be able to use him with the combo, right? On the other hand, next turn I'd be playing a Ventrico Mercenary. I don't want to use this, because I want to play him next turn. I don't want to have to use that mana for killing stuff. We're playing some kind of really stupid, roguey sort of game here. Okay, that is a big Getty. I'll give you that. Now, I could backstab and front stab the Yeti. I'd take 4 damage. But the Yeti would be dead, and I could still cast one of these. That's pretty good. I think we're going to do that.
Many options. Here we go.
I'm going to play him. It is a little bit risky with his draw, because his drawback slows me down, but on the other hand, if my opponent can't just kill him, then I'm okay. He's probably going to get sapped or something. No, assassinate. Okay, that's fine. You assassinate him, and then I'll play my own guy. You don't care about the 1 damage. It's the problem is that she has a lot more cards than I do.
Job's done.
Interesting. Yeah, that's actually very worrisome. I'm doing badly because she has so many cards and I don't. Assassin's Blade, okay. Ah. Ooh. That should even out the damage somewhat, though. I guess that's true. It was only 1 attack worth of damage, so... An Acid Ooze would be awesome. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to blow that up. Obviously. Now, the tough part is, do I play the army here? It only costs 2, but I don't have that great a use for my other mana. You know what, I have several things for killing stuff. I think I'm going to put out both of these guys and just go for the damage, even though I'm not getting the advantage of his ability.
Yeah, beat it.
Because rogues aren't that great at AoE.
Job's done.
I mean, there's the one that sacrifices a weapon to do its damage, but she would have to play a new Assassin's Blade or Poison Dagger, and then sacrifice. It would take her a whole turn and cost her a whole lot of cards. The Phantom Knives, that hurts. And is there another Phantom Knives coming? I like the Phantom Knives in theory. I ended up taking them out of this deck because it takes so much mana to do that, and a lot of times the 1 damage doesn't work out that well. Against some decks, it's great. It's pretty good against my deck. Although it still took 2 of them to really do the job. But, yeah. A lot of situations where it's not as great. I think I'm going to save that one.
Here we go.
Maybe stupid. Probably should have just played him and kept up the pressure, but What is her plan for winning? She's not been playing creatures.
Get behind me.
There's a Yeti and now a bodyguard. Or a booty guard, I should say. Should play another creature so I can, like... Yeah, that's better. That way I can betrayal him. Well, if I take 2 damage from stabbing him, then his attack will go up to the point that he can betrayal and kill the booty guard. Oh, I can't stab him first, though, because of the taunt. Damn, so close to being an awesome plan. Oh, well. I liked it, though, because I could have finished him afterwards with the SS7 agent. So I'm keeping the advantage on the board, but that's 4 more cards than I have. I guess 3 more technically, since we're counting the one she just drew, and then I'm going to just draw one, but whatever. She's 3 cards ahead of me at least. Using my own tech against me. I think the fact that I have Acid Oozes and she has the Assassin's Blades actually gives me a bit of an advantage, because she's getting a bad card out of the Assassin's Blade if I just Acid Ooze it right away. I mean, it's a good card if I don't immediately kill it with an Acid Ooze, but we know what's going to happen. I can't assassinate him until he attacks. That is unfortunate. But oh, I can't do the damage from this guy unless I play another card first either. That's kind of lame. I don't want to play the Acid Ooze without that. On the other hand, whatever creature she kills with the blade, she's going to take damage. I'm kind of pressing for the win now. I think I'm going to put everything on the table. It's a bit of a gamble, but I know I can assassinate him. I'm going to force her to kill my creatures with them, basically.
This guy's toast.
Already attacked it.
Here we go.
So this is it. Can you play an Assassin's Blade and then sacrifice it immediately to kill all my guys? And even then he would survive, but you'd attack first, I guess. Then you'd have, like, no hit points, so... Eesh. I don't know. No, she's screwed. That's why I don't play with Sprint, because when you really need it, you can't afford the 7 mana. There's nothing that she can do for 3 mana that will save her life. Not a thing. Game over. I mean, the Sprint is strong, but you have to... It's this weird place where it costs 7 mana, so you have to have at least 7 mana before you can play it.
Well played.
But you have to play it before you need it. So you're losing momentum to do that. And, I mean, if your opponent is not killing you fast enough, then it can totally save your life and turn a game around. But your opponent was not killing you fast enough. What's going on? I don't know. I don't like it. I like... Even the Paladin one is very similar. Paladin one costs 1 more mana. It costs 8. It only draws 3 cards, but it heals you 8 in the process. Normally I wouldn't spend a card to heal 8 life. But when you're already drawing so many, you'd rather have 8 life than the 4th card. Because those 3 cards should still save you. What you need is the 8 life to buy you another turn so you can actually play them. Anyway, that was pretty good in the end. Worked out for me. And I guess we'll see. I'm at 21 now. We'll see if I can get into the next bracket next time. Put the hammer down on that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.